Alright, so the first example I'm going to show you on how to count your macros or keep track by using MyFitness is I'm going to use protein. So when you go to the back, everything will have the nutritional facts on the back. Everything except maybe your fucking proteins like steaks and chicken. Like for example, here I have shrimp, which I'm going to eat, which I added to my macros already. And see, like nowhere on the fucking thing it has nutrition facts. So but everything else, like I got bacon bits right here, nutritional facts. You got fucking biscuits that aren't made yet, nutritional facts, and it tells you per serving. So here we have, you probably can't see if I can zoom out or in. I don't know how to use this fucking thing. Oh, it's already zoomed out all the way. Anyways, so serving size is 1 scoop, which is 30 grams. Now, you can use a scoop and it'll vary, or if you have the scale like this, I have a fancy scale which you plug in a code and it'll give you all this shit, but you don't need a fancy one. You can use a regular one that just measures out ounces and grams. And here's the button that goes from grams to ounces to turn on. So first off, I'm going to turn it on real quick. Let it turn on. So the scale is going to read 0 grams, or you can switch it to ounces. The serving size here tells you 30 grams, so we're going to stick with grams. So I'm going to take my cup right here, put it on there, and it'll tell you the weight of the cup in grams. So 67 grams. And you got to hit your 0 button. Every scale has a 0 out button for this purpose. So 0, now 0. Now the cup is still there, it doesn't count it. Alright. So now I'm going to fucking dig into my muscle building fucking protein. So 1 scoop, a little bit less than a full scoop. So we're at 0. Dump that in there. Oh, 29 grams. Nope, 30 grams. 30 grams exactly. So 1 scoop, 30 grams. That's serving size. So now it breaks it down back here for you. Calories, 120 calories, 2 grams of fat, 22 grams of protein, blah, blah, blah. So now you just go over here to your MyFitness and you go to add. And we're going to put it under snacks. This almost always works. Sometimes it doesn't, but even if it doesn't work, you can automatically add all the nutritional facts yourself. So every time I scan anything, I double check. So I go back to my nutrition facts and I go down the list of what's posted on MyFitness. So calories 120, on the nutrition facts 120, 2 grams of fat, 2 grams of fat. So it all adds up. So everything on MyFitness is the same thing as nutritional facts. It's that simple. So then you click save, and it'll subtract that from your main calorie goal, which is set right there. And then it'll tell you remaining calories, how many calories you have left. So that's pretty easy, right? Piece of cake. So now I'm going to do something a little bit more complicated that doesn't have the nutritional facts, like the shrimp. So I'm just going to get everything ready. Hold up. Alright, so now I'm going to do the shrimp. So you can take any type of container. I'll have these Tupperware. So throw the Tupperware on there. Again, on the scale, my scale's still on. It's going to read 27 grams. The 0 out button, so it reads 0. So now, the tricky part. So this doesn't have nutritional facts, right? So it has a label. You can scan it. It might work. It might not work. So it says shellfish, shrimp, cooked, and it's going to say 3140. So you go to here to your MyFitness, you hit add, you search, and you hit the description. Mine's already, I already used the shrimp before, so my shit's already added in. So you go to search, the search button, this will come up, raw peeled tail off, 3140. This is 3140 shrimp. So the only difference is that the tail's on compared to what's in my MyFitness. That's because I ripped the tail off before I cook it and eat it, so it doesn't really matter. So what you would do is, you would take your shrimp and you would rip the fucking tail off, and then you would measure it so you can get exact count. But for show and tell, I'm just going to show you how to measure it out. So my scale's already at 0. So say I want, MyFitness, I put serving size. It goes by ounces, so push the button. Now instead of grams, you're reading ounces. So it's gonna say I want a serving size 1 ounce is a serving size, and I want a total of 2. And then down here it'll tell you how many fats, carbs, protein is in there. It's that simple. So once you search, you find what you're looking for. It'll have like shit different brands. Like this is the Smith brand. They'll have Walmart brand, whatever. So whatever store you go to, you just search it by whatever store. So Walmart, Smith, and then you'll type in shrimp in the size, and then it'll come up and it'll tell you how many serving sizes and what is what. So here I have 2 ounces. So 1 shrimp. So it's a little over 2 ounces, so it's 2.2. So I could either take the shrimp out, or I can go up here to serving size and adjust it. So I would put like 2.5 or 2 1/3, depending, whatever. You got to do the math. Sometimes when you hit save or add, it'll tell you how many ounces. So if I'm at 2 ounces, then I'll add another, like what, 1/8. So I did 2 1/8 now. So now it's 2.1 ounces. I'm at 2.2. So go to my serving size, 1/4. Add that. So now I'm at 2.2. You still can't see that shit, but it says 2.2 ounces, and then over here it's 2.22. It's as close as you're gonna get it. So whatever. So this many shrimp is this many ounces, and it tells you how many calories. So that total, this total shrimp is 39 calories. And then again, it'll subtract that from your remaining, and it'll tell you how much you have left for the day, and that'll add up to your goal. So it's not that hard. Okay, in case that didn't make any sense, still I'm gonna eat pasta today. So I'm gonna get my Alfredo sauce serving before I make my fucking pasta. Let me just clean this out real quick. Okay, so here I go. Put this on here, zero it out. So now I have a cup here, zeroed out on my scale. We're still in ounces. So I go back to my Alfredo sauce, nutritional facts. It says 64 grams is 1 serving size, which is 1/4, and it tells you all the calories, blah, blah, blah. So what I'm gonna do is take my MyFitnessPal, scan it, boom, it's gonna pop up. I'm gonna click 1 serving size. You're gonna make sure your MyFitnessPal has the same nutritional facts as this shit does. So once you find it, then you're good. I already did it, so it's in there already. So I'm just going to skip that step. So I need 46 grams. So I'm going to go down here to my ounces. 0. My scale is going to read 0. Now I'm going to open this up. Now I want 46 grams. So you're going to watch 20 grams, 30 grams. Oh, too much. 48 grams. So, no big fucking deal. So you went over, grab a fucking spoon. Now you're at 45. Pour some back in there. 46. So here's the serving size. 46 grams of Alfredo sauce. That's 1 serving size according to the nutritional facts. Nutritional facts serving size, 46 grams. I know it's blurry. And then all that in there tells you 100 calories, 9 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbs, 2 grams of protein. Boom, you add that into that. It'll subtract that from your remaining, and your goal, and it'll tell you how many you have left. Now, you go home, hit the home button, go to summary, you go to daily. So this is where it gets tricky. So it says your total fats, total carbs, total proteins. So depending on what your ratio is, you have to take into consideration before you cook any fucking meal. So if you want 200 grams of protein, you're going to eat more fish or more steak than you are of bread. Does that make any sense? Because bread is a carb. So if you only want, say, 20 grams of carbs, and there's 10 grams of carbs in each bread, so you're going to only eat 2 slices of bread instead of 3, which is going to go over your carbs. So your daily nutritional value is going to break everything down for you. So once you add, so like when I added the Alfredo sauce, it's going to subtract that from my daily nutritional value as well. So it's going to go, say it has 9 grams of fat in the serving size, so it's going to go to my total goal, and it's going to tell me how many grams of fat I'm eating. That's why before I cook any fucking meal for the day, I go the night before, I prep every single meal I'm going to eat. I don't cook it, I just plug it into MyFitnessPal till I add up to the right ratio that I want, which is what, 50, 25, 25. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any more questions, something specific, let me know, text me, whatever.